So I came across this post today on Instagram, and it was by, I know I'm going to butcher this name, but Louis Kathy Zhang. She's a palliative care and hospice doctor. She was talking about comments and things like this on this post, but the one thing she really got out of it is like some people started talking about how they have, a terminal illness, and so this is actually like their last year to live. And she was saying how, a lot of people don't think about that. They don't think about the fact that, like, we're all dying. Like, we're all going to the same place at the end of this life. And are any of us truly living? And this post resonated with me because that's basically what the year of no plans is I want to truly live this year and truly do the things that I have been wanting to do. It's not like this bucket list year. It's not like, oh, I'm not going to make any plans. I'm just going to be a bum for a year. It's it's no, it's living intentionally and doing things with a purpose and actually being present and taking notice because so many of us, I feel, or I'll just talk about myself. Like in the past, I would go to work every day, I'd come home, I'd make dinner, I'd go to sleep, I'd wake up in the morning. And one year I thought I was being super healthy. I was like, um, getting good night's sleep. I would wake up in the morning, I'd go to the gym for like an hour, hour and a half. I'd come home, shower, get ready. I'd work all day. Sometimes I would do a double shift because I was a restaurant server. Come home, make a healthy meal, go to bed, that kind of thing. And I was, I thought I was living this healthy lifestyle because yes, I was eating healthy and I was working out and I was taking care of my body, but I wasn't actually living because I was living, at the base of this ski hill, but I wasn't skiing, I wasn't enjoying the place I was in anymore. And that was a big wake-up call for me because the whole point of this life is to enjoy waking up in the morning and doing something that you love, doing something you want to do, doing something that gives you joy and fulfills you. And I just feel like I was numbing out, I was using like the gym and TV and complaining about my job as like numbing out. I was using those as this is just what living is, right? This is just what we do. We work out and we work and then we go home and we sleep. Like that's just what we do. And it was so unfulfilling, right? And I talked about this in other videos, but I've taken the leap of faith and taken this huge risk, changing jobs, changing places, um, leaving relationships that I thought were the one, and I always did so with the safety net, with still thinking about, oh, do I have enough money? Do I have enough money to do this? And I'm learning that to truly live, yes, money is important, but I think not in the ways we think it is. Like it's ruling our lives in the fact that I was stopping myself from doing a lot of things because, oh, I can't do that because I don't have enough money yet. Or I don't have the time because I'm working so much to make the money to eventually do the thing I want to do. And one thing that kind of brought me back to like that's not how we should think about that because um sorry, this is kind of hard to talk about, but my friend Jessi passed away when we all turned 40. So this was just a few years ago. And I hope that she spent her last couple years doing all the things she wanted to do. And I really believe she did. I she has two beautiful girls she raised and she went on some trips. She loved a man. She had great friends and I was fortunate enough to see her, a few months before she passed. And I do feel like she felt um complete, like, no regrets kind of thing. And I remember thinking, like, our time on this earth is not guaranteed. I'm sure she thought before she got sick, she was going to live, well into old age, which I believe, but if I just tell myself I'm going to live until I'm 80, 90, 100, like, yes, I'm going to plan for that. I'm going to absolutely want that, but I need to live. I need to actually do things that bring me joy and keep me present in the moment and not just thinking about tomorrow or next week or next month or next year. It's like, no, tomorrow, I'm going to wake up with a purpose and a plan and be a better person. And Jessie she taught me that in her passing that life is too short, it's too short to keep putting things off until next year, next year, next year. And so that's why this year of no plans, it sounds reckless. It sounds like I have no idea what I'm doing. It sounds like I'm just afraid of making a plan, so I'm staying stuck. And it's actually the opposite of all of that. I'm not planning things, but I have in my head what I want to do, where I want to go, things I want to see, things I want to experience. And I'm not necessarily planning it. I'm just sort of putting it together right now. And then I'm also letting life unfold as well. So I don't know. I feel like that sounds confusing, but it's not that I don't want to make plans, it's that I want to actually be present in the moment and alive and awake. And instead of constantly thinking about what's to come and what I need to do next, I just want to be like, okay, I think today I'm going to get on a plane, or I think next month I'm going to get on a plane and really just do what feels good as opposed to planning what I think I want to do next week or next month or next year. It's like, this feels like a good idea today, and then do it, And I know I'm different in that way. I like to be spontaneous. I like to just do something on a whim. And I think it's because I've spent my whole life planning so much that I'm honestly sick of it. I want to like just be spontaneous, like I said, and just do something like on the whim, on a, yeah, just on a joyful feeling like this sounds like fun. I think I'm gonna go do this. And it's so, again, I've talked about this in my videos. It's so different from how I've lived life before. And I just, this woman's video today really brought that home again for me because I've always kind of thought with this story that we've been told since we were little, you know, like our whole lives are just to be these worker bees. And I don't accept that. I don't accept that that's my life. Like, I don't want to go to work and come home and go to the gym and like and I know like for some people that is a beautiful life and I love that for them and I'm not saying I don't love I love going to the gym as well, but there's so many more things I want to do, mainly that involve travel. And I know that if I continue to stay, um, working for corporations and things like that, it's like you start to become, um, what's the word I'm looking for? I just feel like I keep basing everything on money, and I don't want to do that anymore. I want to live this life fully and with my eyes wide open, fully awake, present. And so, yeah, so this I am reiterating, but this Instagram post really hit home for me because we just don't talk about death enough, which means I think we don't talk about life enough and actually living it.